Good day. Thanks for the drum roll. Hey, congregation of joy. Good day, good day, good day. Oh, the thing is coming up different this morning. That's interesting. The little banner thing is different. So, good morning, Wayne, Space Cowboy. Hoo-ha. Yes, thank you for that energy. Good morning, Simone. Good morning, Mommy. Good morning, Gladys. Yes, it is a beautiful day and a joyful morning. Yes, it is. Good day, Nancy. Good day, Nan and Margaretta. I hope everyone is doing well. Thank you for joining me live today on Morning Sip with Rev Melissa, and I am Rev Melissa, and SIP stands for Spirit in Practice. So let's get into it. We have been in our distraction series that we have married with the Fresh Start Challenge that the New York Times is doing, the 10-day Fresh Start Challenge. So is everybody doing that, Pamela? Did you sign up for the 10-day Fresh Start Challenge? So today is really day 9, but we're in day 8 because yesterday we did our meditation with the moon at 4 a.m. and we had a good time with the moon. So I'll talk more about that in some joy news. So we're in day 8 today. We're going to stay on track. Yes, take a gratitude photo is what day 8 is. And so I wanted to share my gratitude photo with you all. You all know that I was in Ocean City last week for a wedding, and every morning I would get up. I set the alarm to wake up right before the sunrise. And so every morning I got to witness the sun rising up, and it was just amazing. It was just amazing. It really was different every single time. So this is one of the pictures that I took of the sun rising, and that's my hand. And I was singing, he's got the whole world in his hand after I took that picture. And I had myself a good old praise time with that photo in my mind and looking at the sun, singing, she's got the whole world in her hands, right? And I just had a good old time doing that. So to look for gratitude, right? That's what we're invited to do when we take a gratitude photo, is to really draw our attention to so many things that are around us that we can be in a state of gratitude for, because it really does have a psychological impact, a physical impact, a neurological impact on our systems, on our whole body. So I want to share a little bit about the power of gratitude. And we talk about gratitude, and gratitude is talked about a lot, right? You know that I have a gratitude practice with Sekou. I practice gratitude when I do my spiritual practices. We talked about the 5. Remember the other day we did the 5-finger breathing meditation, and we married that with the 5-finger gratitude, right? So giving gratitude for 5 things. And while we have our hands raised, we could give some praise. Y'all remember that the other day? Yes. So this is still in that, we're still in alignment with everything that we've been talking about as far as living life in joy and being connected to your yes. Yes. So one of the things I want to share is from this book, and we mentioned this book, and I know that many of you, but I will tell you something that is a compliment to this book in a few minutes. Yes. Oh, yes, Elaine. Yes. Thank you for the reminder of giving thanks. Yes, yes, yes. And so I jumped ahead because what am I supposed to ask you first, right? During this 10-day challenge? How are you feeling? Yes, let's go back for a second. How are y'all feeling today? Please put it in the comments. I like to know how you are feeling today. The New York Times gave us a 300-word feeling sheet so that we can widen our vocabulary around our feeling tone. And so please put in the comments, how are you feeling today? So I'll tell y'all, today I'm feeling tired and sick. I am feeling that way. It's not who I am, but it's how I'm feeling right now. And so I appreciate that y'all continue to send me some positive vibes. Yes, Gladys is feeling rejuvenated. Lindsay's happy to be here with everyone. Lindsay, how are you feeling? Elaine is feeling hopeful. Nancy is feeling grateful. Mommy's feeling great. All right. So I need some of that energy that y'all giving out. Yes, I need some of that rejuvenation energy, Gladys. Yes. So feeling full of life joy. Okay, Simone. Okay, so you'll keep that coming. You'll keep that coming. Yes, good day, Pastor Al, because we're in gratitude. We're in gratitude. And even if you're not feeling well, even if you're not feeling 100%, we could still feel gratitude, right? Gratitude is not dependent upon how we are feeling. You just be grateful regardless. And by feeling by testifying to something that you're grateful for, it will start to impact everything. Everything. Even as I'm just speaking to y'all right now, just being with y'all, I already start to feel a little better. I feel more energy, Wayne, divine chill. Okay, that ain't a feeling, baby, but we'll take it. We'll take the divine chill. Feeling thankful, Pastor Al. I'm feeling thankful too. Yes, Margaretta said her allergies are kicking her butt, but pushing, feel better. Thank you, Margaretta. And I hear from folks that allergies are at a high this season. But let's just focus on wellness. Let's focus on wellness. Yes, collectively we could focus on wellness. And Linda, I see you, energized and serene. An interesting combination. Yes, isn't it? Energized and serene, grateful and excited, Nan. Yes, I love all of that. Thank y'all so much, my congregation of joy, because I needed that elixir of all of that energy coming through this spiritual technology that we call the computer. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Thank y'all. So I want to ground us in the power of gratitude today by reading a couple of things from this amazing classic book. And it's called The Science of Getting Rich, right? And so Sekou has mentioned this book. And what some of you may or may not know is that Sekou has a podcast called Get Rich 101, where he basically reads this whole book and then gives his commentary about each chapter. It is amazing, dynamic. He basically takes this classic and makes it modern for us, right? He brings it up to the 21st century, right? And I can't recommend you listening to this podcast enough. And I'll have Sekou come on a little later to talk a little bit about that. But there we go. Get Rich 101. So you might be surprised that a book called The Science of Getting Rich has a whole chapter that is dedicated to gratitude. So that tells you something about the power of gratitude and the power of gratitude being a force that you can use for prosperity in your life, right? So I want to read a couple of things to you from the book. So the book is by Wallace D. Wattles. And he writes, the more gratefully we fix our mind on the supreme when good things come to us, the more good things we will receive, and the more rapidly they will come. And the reason simply is that the mental attitude of gratitude draws the mind into closer touch with the source from which the blessings come, right? We talk about have an attitude of gratitude. Yes, this is what he's talking about. You want to draw in. We're talking about magnetizing, right? Attracting that which we desire into our lives, and having a attitude, having a mental attitude of gratitude is in alignment with that vibration. I want to read something else. Gratitude will lead your mind out along the ways by which things come, and it will keep you in close harmony with creative thought and prevent you from falling into competitive thought. So, this is so powerful for me, this whole notion around competition. And this has been a big thing. I will tell you something, like a little personal story real quick. So my girls have been going through the high school process. And there's all this conversation in New York City about how competitive it is to get into high schools. And one of the reasons is they don't have enough seats in schools for all the students. And so there's a lot of talk about, how competitive it is, and it causes a lot of stress in families, and especially in children, you know, being worried about, will I get into the high school of my choice? And so my girls went through the process. They have their top schools that they want to go to. And what one of the things that I kept telling them was, focus on what you want. Focus on what you want. Focus on what you want. Don't get into any conversations with other people about what school you don't want to get into. Focus on what you want. Don't get into any conversations about it being so competitive, right? It's not a competition. It really isn't. There's abundance, right? There is abundance. There is a flow, right? And let's just be grateful already in advance that you are going to get into the school of your choice, right? And so I'm thrilled to report that my daughter Aria got into her number one choice, and my daughter Zola got into her third choice. Thank you. What was important to Zola was that she gets into a school that has a veterinarian program. And the school that she got into, her third choice, has a veterinarian program. And her best friend also got accepted into that school, which is something else that the two of them, although I don't think they realized they were treating for that, you know, but they were very focused on going to high school together. And that's exactly what happened. And they were in a space of gratitude, calling it forth from the future into the present, right? And that's what happened. And so we could use the power of our thinking. We could use the power of gratitude, yes, to magnetize what we want, right? To be in that vibration of gratitude. Yes. So I'm just so grateful that they got to experience that for themselves, that they might not know the languaging, they might not realize they're using the law, they might not recognize any of that, but they're using it, right? They're using it. So I just wanted to share that. So the law of gratitude, no, let me go back. There is a law of gratitude, and it is absolutely necessary that you should observe the law if you are to get the results you seek. And that's what my girls did. They observed the law and they got the results that they seek. Yes? The law of gratitude is the natural principle that action and reaction are always equal and in opposite directions. The gratitude outreaching of your mind and thankful praise to the Supreme is a liberation of force. It cannot fail to reach that which it is addressed. And the reaction is an instantaneous movement towards you, an instantaneous movement towards you. So just like we could draw things to us instantaneously, we can also repel things away from us instantaneously, right? By being in a state of worry and doubt and fear, right? And resistance, we can repel. We can repel just as we can attract. Yes? And so having a state of gratitude helps us to move that which we want towards us. I just love that. I just love that. So I also wanted to share, I could do gratitude all day long, y'all, because it's such a powerful vibration to be in. It really is. If you don't have a gratitude practice yet, I would encourage you, highly encourage you to start one today, right now. How about that? Right now, everybody say something that they're grateful for, and you can put it in the comments. What are you grateful for today? What are you grateful for today? Okay. I should see the comments just flooded with gratitude, flooded. Okay. So I know there's a little lag, so I'm going to give y'all a minute to type. And while y'all do that, I want to give you a neuroscience perspective. And this is from Dr. Joe Dispenza. And so he talks a lot about gratitude also. Like if you go on YouTube and you put in Joe Dispenza gratitude, whoop, so much, right? And he's a neuroscientist. So even the sciences are recognizing the power of gratitude. So this is what he says. Can you give thanks and feel the elevated emotions associated with a desired event before it occurs? This is powerful. Can you can you be in the vibration now of something that you are desiring in the future? Can you do that? I had this experience. I think I shared it when I wanted to go to grad school in California. And every single day, I use my imagination to imagine myself being accepted into the school, going to California, buying the tickets, like the whole thing, as if it was happening now. It wasn't going to happen for probably another 6 or 8 months or so, but I was having the experience of it happening now. So can you give thanks and feel the elevated emotion associated with a desired event before it occurs? You know why? Because your brain doesn't know that it ain't happening right now. Your brain thinks, oh, this is happening now, right? It's happening now. Can you imagine that reality so completely that you begin to be in that future life now? Can you be in your future life now? In terms of quantum creating, this is what Joe Dispenza calls it. Quantum creating can give, in terms of quantum creating, can you give thanks for something that exists as a potential in the quantum field, but has not yet happened in your reality? What? Wait, I need something. I need something. Can can you give thanks for something that exists as a potential in the quantum field, but has not yet happened in your reality? We do this all the time. We do this all the time. But usually, instead of having positive future fantasies, we have negative future fantasies. We have, oh, I don't want that to happen, future fantasies, right? Abracadabra, right? You create. We are creative. We are creative. If so, moving from, wait, I lost my spot. Hold on, y'all. Okay. If so, you're moving from cause and effect, waiting for something outside of you to make change inside of you, to causing an effect, changing something inside of you to produce an effect outside of you. Everything starts from within. But sometimes we believe that things happen outside of us first. Everything starts from within. As within, so without. As above, so below. Right? It doesn't say as without, so within. As below, so above. It doesn't say that. So it's from within that we are creative. So when you are in a state of gratitude, we transmit a signal to the field that the event has already occurred. Isn't that something? We are a broadcasting system. We are a broadcasting system. What are you broadcasting? Gratitude is more than an intellectual thought process. You have to feel as though whatever you want is a new reality at this very moment. Thus, your body, which only understands feeling, must be convinced that it has the emotional quotient of the future experience happening to you now. This is why our feeling tone is so important. Our feeling, how are you feeling? Our feeling tone is so important, right? So, with gratitude, gratitude is a creative tool that we can use to broadcast out into the future that which we desire and make it our reality now, instantaneously. Instantaneously. The law can work in an instant. Yes? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So I see your comments. Let me just, producer, if you could put some of those up. What are you grateful for? Was the question. I am grateful for good health, Gladys. Yes, yes. I am grateful for life, mommy. Yes, amen to that. Grateful for family and friends, God's healing. Oh, yes, Simone. Yes. I am grateful that I am loved. I am grateful for this talk. I am grateful that I love life. Yes, Lindsay. Yes, for wonderful teachers, landscapers willing to do hard work on a hot day, singing birds, my kitty, and much more. All right, Nan, I know that's right. Yes, if we look around to those daily things in our space, in our environment, right, we could be grateful for every single thing. Everything. The birds singing. I love that, Nan. The landscapers willing to do the hard work on a hot day. Yes. Give them landscapers some water. Yes. Show your gratitude, right? So this is day 8. Gratitude, right? Take a photo. And you don't have to take an actual photo. Take a photo in your mind of that which you want to attract to you and build that state of the feeling tone of gratitude to attract it to you, right? Take that creative photo in your mind. Yes, because your mind, your brain don't know the difference. So what are you picturing? What's in the photograph? What have you captured? What can you enlarge? Right? We could do many things with photographs now, right? We could make stuff disappear. What do you need to release from that photo? What do you need to bring into that photo? So let's use this tool of gratitude, right? And we could use the tool of gratitude when we're in the feeling tone of distraction, right? When you start to feel distracted, remember distraction is the definition that we're working with is something that is drawing your mind away from, diverting your mind away, right? So we could bring our minds back to that which we desire, that which we are, by the power of gratitude, by using the law of gratitude. Yes? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. All right, y'all. So that's our day 8. I'm excited. I love day 8. Day 8 might be my favorite day. So please go. You can read the information that the New York Times have. They have a lot of research, study information about different studies they've done and how gratitude has impacted the way people feel about happiness, about themselves. So please check that out. So a lot of great information there. All right. That's day 7. What was day 7? Oh, new habit. Yes. Make gratitude a new habit. Thank you, producer. Make gratitude a habit. All right, y'all. So let's get into some joy news. So I mentioned yesterday that we had our meditating with the moon at 4 a.m. and we had a wonderful time. Did you know this moon is called several things? The blood moon, the flower moon, the super moon, and it was a lunar eclipse. And Sekou took a beautiful picture of the moon. If he could put that up, if he has it handy. beautiful. And so I found out in researching about the moon that the blood moon is called the blood moon because there is like a red outline on the outer layers of the moon that's caused by the sun rays when there's a lunar eclipse. And I enlarged Sekou's picture and I saw the red circle around it. I was like, oh, this is the blood moon. So that's why they call it the blood moon, because of that red at the edges of the moon. So I want to give a shout out to those of you from my Congregation of Joy who got up early for the 4 a.m. meditating with the moon. Shout out to Pastor Al and Gladys and Nan, Julian and Sekou. We had a good time. We were on Zoom. And I have to tell you, one of the gifts of being on Zoom doing this is that after we do our spiritual practice, because it's a whole spiritual practice that we do, and we did visioning yesterday. That's what we did yesterday. We did a visioning process. And then afterwards, we got to share with each other, and we got to be each other's teachers and we got to be each other's students. It was a wonderful time. There's the picture. Blow it up some, Sekou. Can you make it larger? Can you take me out? No? Okay. Oh, there we go. There we go. So you can't see it here, but if you made it larger, you could see the ring around. But isn't that a beautiful moon? Oh, it's so beautiful. Talk about gratitude. Look at that. Just being grateful for that moon energy. And this moon energy is the full moon in Sagittarius. And it's all about looking at the bigger picture, looking at the bigger possibilities in our lives. So I just love that energy. I love that energy. So if you missed it, you missed it, because we did it on Zoom, and that's where it's available for those who were there. So please join me. You're missing out on some good stuff. Join me for the next Meditating with the Moon, which is on June 11th. It's a new moon. Meditating with the Moon, 4 a.m., June 11th, Eastern time. And you could go back to sleep, y'all, after that. You get up. It's all good. Take a nap, do it a day, figure it out, and just join me. So you will register on Eventbrite. I'll let you know when the registration is open for the next Meditating with the Moon. But I appreciate everyone who was able to join me and do that spiritual process with me. All right. This Sunday is our next episode of Living Life in Joy at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And my special guest is Stephanie Archer. She is Abundant Life and Wellness Coach. She is wonderful. So please join me and hear about her journey to connecting to her yes, right? And living her life in joy. So we're wrapping up our May focus on mothers and on National Mental Health Awareness Month. So please join me for that. Please support my Joy Line. You can support my Ministry of Joy by supporting my Joy Line of Sip Joy mugs. Oh, woo, there's a lot going on there. My Sip Joy mugs, my t-shirts, Connect to Your Yes and Live Life in Joy. Those are in long sleeve and short sleeve. We're in the summer, heading towards summer. So please get your short sleeve t-shirt so you can rock it outside. And of course, my Joy, Joy, Joy socks. All right. Thank you. Thank you. I love that collage. Very nice. You can also support my Ministry of Joy through a love offering. So if my morning sips, my Living Life in Joy, the Meditation with the Moon, if anything that I'm doing resonates with you, feeds your soul, you could demonstrate gratitude through a love offering. You can go to Cash App or Venmo at iamrevmelissa and do so. You can also check out my podcast. I got to give my podcast some love, y'all. I've been slipping on the podcast, so I need to upload some more episodes. So there's a lot there already. So you'll find something you probably haven't listened to yet. So please check out the podcast, Sit with Rev Melissa. It's on Spotify, it's on iTunes, it's on your favorite podcast platforms. Okay, so please check that out. And my YouTube channel. Haven't forgot about the YouTube challenge. Still working on increasing the number of subscribers. So please share the news with your circle to subscribe to the I Am Rev Melissa channel. All right. All right. So I want Sekou to pop up for a minute because I can't let today go without you coming on, Sekou. Look, come on now.
Yeah. The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles, written in 1910 and still hits hard. Still hits hard. Yeah. So in addition to the fact that I want to mention the podcast that I created about that book, I just want to talk about gratitude a little more because not only do I have a gratitude practice with you, I've got a gratitude practice with another group. And I had that practice first. And this is what I want to say to folks. If it's not hard, then you're not doing enough gratitude. because if you do it enough, it'll get a little bit uncomfortable. Because our practice is simply to state what we're grateful for every morning, right? And that sounds simple. It sounds simple, but it's the every that's hard. It's the every morning that's hard, because that means even when you're not feeling well, even when things aren't going right, even when something traumatic just happened, you got to do it every day. And I'm not going to lie, there were days early on where I would just hope that nobody left a message on the chat so that I didn't have to leave one. I would say, okay, it's been quiet for a while. Maybe I can slide by today because I'm not really feeling it today. So you got to get past that hump. You got to get to the point where gratitude becomes a habit. Like no matter what else is going on, you feel grateful for whatever is going on that's positive. Because as I said in my talk, there's calamity and calm. They're two sides of the same coin. You've got to find the calm despite the calamity all the time. So that said, yes, I read this book and my intention was to think about ways to monetize my life differently because of the pandemic and some other things that were going on. And I didn't expect the book to be all about changing my thinking. It's called The Science of Getting Rich. So I'm thinking there's going to be tips about what to do with your money and how.
Oops. I didn't mean to do that.
There we go.
Okay.
I'm back. Yeah. So, but it is all about how you think. And as Rev Mel just talked about, there's a whole chapter dedicated to gratitude. And gratitude is instrumental in creating the mental pathway that allows you to attract wealth. And attraction is the word there. You want to attract wealth. So yeah, check out the podcast. I'll put it back up. It's called Get Rich 101. It has really far exceeded my expectations. It is the second podcast that I created, but it has far exceeded the first. Last time I checked, it was being listened to in 25 different countries. That's more countries than I've even visited. So yeah, please check it out. It's available on all the podcasting platforms, and leave a message. Let me know what you think and figure out how to change your thinking to attract wealth to you and get rich. 101.
Thank you, Sekou. And I want to punctuate that we can use it to attract. We can use it to attract. I love what the book says. Oh, I didn't read this part. I just want to read this one little thing. Because he also talks about faith being born of gratitude. He says, faith is born of gratitude. The grateful mind continually expects good things. I'm just going to stop right there. The grateful mind continually expects good things, and expectations become faith. So if you want to build your faith, be grateful. Be grateful. And it will build your faith. It will build your faith because you will start to expect good things. It's just how the law works. It's just how the law works. So I'm going to leave it there because I could go on and on about gratitude. Maybe we'll do a whole gratitude series. I think that's what we need to do, a whole gratitude series. All right, y'all. Thank you for the love. Thank you so much for sending me those healing vibes. I have received them so full. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mommy. I love you too. All right. All right, y'all. So tomorrow, 10:30 a.m., we're going to dive into day 9 of the 10-day Fresh Start Challenge with distraction. Remember, be grateful today. Throughout the day, just say what you are grateful for. Picture it in your mind, right? Remember that you have the ability, the power that you can use to attract that which you want. Yes? And be grateful in advance. Be grateful in advance. All right, y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace and blessings, peace and justice. We're living life in joy, connected to our yes.